Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have a really special project and a really special panel here today. We have the people from Ugly People. Such a unique art project here, like that has a really famous artist just doing some really unique artwork. And I actually have been looking at this for like probably a couple months now, checking it out and really appreciating the uniqueness, because in this space it feels like a lot of people are just kind of, they see what's popular, they see what sells out, and then they take that and they twist it and make it a little bit different so that they can call it their own. But the people from Ugly People are actually doing some really unique artwork, and I am so excited to have them here today. And without further ado, take it away, guys.
Hey guys, my name's Harry, 77 Trades Online. I'm one of the four core founders of Ugly People here. My background is primarily on social media. I run an NFT slash crypto TikTok account. I've been doing that for almost 2 years now. Over that time, I've been able to build my own platform and amass a decent following of people. My role within the project is pretty much everything to do with external affairs, business development, collaborations, partnerships, all that. Anything that's outside the Discord server and the community is my realm. Matt, if you want to go. Schlott or Dudley.
Matt, is his mic not working?
I
Matt.
guess not.
I'm David. I'm one of the other core founders on the team. My background is in corporate law. I was a securities lawyer for a number of years, and I got into crypto back early. Well, not too early, but like late 2016, early 2017. Kind of was interested by that space, and so I left the law firm after a few years, and I've been mostly doing crypto and investment stuff for a while. And really got into looking into the NFT space with these guys. It's been great. I'm more in kind of the operations side and do some legal compliance, general ideas. So that's my side. Really happy to be here. Really love the Skajira project. It's really cool. The art's been amazing. So thanks a lot.
Hey guys, I'm Andrea. I'm a World Poker Tour brand ambassador as well as an influencer. I am also the artist's best childhood friend. We've known each other since before we were born, essentially. And I'm also his manager, right hand person. And yeah, and also I have the other core founder here, Corey, with me. So he's going to introduce himself.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Corey. I am one of the founders as well. I am one of the technical advisors to the projects. I work in Silicon Valley in technology, and so once I work in payments as well, payments technology, and so I found myself very attracted to the space, and we've been having a blast with it so far. So I'll hand the mic back over to Andrea.
Hi guys. Thank you so much for inviting us, guys. I'm Jorge Torrealba. I'm the artist behind the art of Ugly People. So yeah, I'm super excited to be here with you guys.
Thank you guys also so much for coming out here. If someone wants to just kind of, give like a basic, like a little intro about like, what the inspiration and everything behind it, what you guys got planned, like, just roadmap and all that good stuff, and yeah, I appreciate it.
He wants to go into the background behind the project. Jorge, I feel like it's a good question because of the brains behind it.
Yeah, we
Art.
can. Nino and I can take this. Nino, do you want to tell the story of how you came up with Ugly People, or how the real story of Discount for Ugly People, how you started that?
Well, guys, the story about the Ugly People started because I work in Venezuela in my town like a cartoon artist for so many years. So when I start to draw the people in there, everybody told me I draw ugly. And sometimes the people uh, don't wanna pay me for my cartoons or don't like it, and I decide to create these words for my word, no, like is discount for ugly people, and in
Yeah, he
this
created
time,
that said discount for ugly
yeah,
people.
discount for ugly people. And this time, the people coming start coming more and ask me for about my art, and when the people decide to take the cartoon, the people enjoy my more laughing more, because this is something for for be special, no, for it's a part of the art, like a cartoons, like characters to for enjoy, no.
Yeah,
And
so
yeah,
people
that
people kept asking him like, what's my
yes,
discount? Because
my
I'm
discount,
ugly, so
yes,
what's my discount gonna be? So Nino made it to
yes,
for a way
exactly.
for to take it a little bit more lighthearted and have a little bit more fun with themselves and not take themselves too seriously.
Sorry for my English, sorry guys.
I'm helping you, Nino.
Andrea helped me a lot.
Oh, I'm also his translator, by the way. I forgot to say that. That's the
Yes.
important part.
There we go. So like a little bit about the roadmap, I guess, and the overall, scope of the project, right? We see this project turning into I think it's bigger than just an NFT project, to be honest. I think this really has the potential to turn, honestly, into like a full-fledged movement, because the reality is that everybody in this world is ugly, because everyone is the same. We're all human. That's the message that we are choosing, to push in this space. And it seems like something that most people would already know, but people in today's society don't act like it, for sure, right? Everything is geared towards the super ultra wealthy. Everything is super superficial and shallow. People base a lot of their opinions and beliefs behind just how people look, not how people actually are on the inside. So we're using that um, you know the social hierarchy today as kind of an excuse to accentuate people's flaws, especially within this project, and create this kind of safe space for everybody to join and not have to fear about how they truly are, and because some people really think like they're ugly in real life, and that's a huge issue. So many people have like self-esteem issues, for example. That's just one of the things. People could think they have an ugly personality. Every person arguably thinks they have something ugly about them, which creates a commonality in and of itself between every single person here. And we want to create a space online where those people can come together and express who they truly are, and just overall benefit from each other's company, being within the network, learning how to stay mentally sound, especially in this space, right? And really just thriving all together. And we're trying to create a place online where we can all do that. Dudley, I know you've got the utility portion down. Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, I can jump in and say, I mean, I think the most important thing right now that we're focused on, of course, is a successful launch, which we have planned coming up kind of imminently. So that is the main focus. We've, of course, explored different ideas for a roadmap, and I can tell you there will be more information as soon as our final website is put up, as well as a Medium article, which are both coming out soon. I mean, we're hoping here in the next matter of like a few days to weeks. But in terms of a roadmap, I think one of the main things we want to say is, it's not going to be a check the box with our
Oh, you just cut out a little bit there.
Yeah, we lost you.
Hey, Dudley.
Well, while we wait,
There he is.
is he back?
Oh, he's in the audience. I think he
Got rugged.
yeah, he got rugged. He got rugged.
What was the name? Oh, the ugly person. Yeah, gotcha.
Traps.
Cool. I will say, like, while we was waiting for him to get back up here, that I find that your description of the ugly people, like why you call it that, to be great, because it's like a big problem with like social media right now, with everyone just kind of like taking these pictures and wanting to look like beautiful, and everyone's being compared to every single other person. So I was
Right.
kind of curious. I was like, why ugly people? That's kind of weird. But then like the way that you describe it actually is like so interesting and like so cool. It's like we're all the same. We're all ugly. We're all beautiful. And
And the
like,
beautiful thing about that, though, is that every single person has a different definition of ugly,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
So ugly could mean like how you said it. Everyone on social media right now compares, everyone against each other. I was saying how everyone, some people think they're ugly in real life, and want to, be able to access a space where they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And
So I also have something I wanted to say about this. When with the rise of social media, what became really important was a PFP picture, right? And before NFTs were a thing, and with like the creation of the influencer that is today, it was always about that profile picture. Did you have a nice profile picture, and that was going to attract someone to click on your profile? With Andrea here, she is an influencer, and there's days where she's found herself, feeling insecure about how she looks, and does she feel comfortable being like taking a picture? And we just quickly found out that there's just such a great space to communicate with an audience in our community about embracing exactly who you are and loving all of your flaws, um, and just calling yourself ugly. Our community has had so much fun with this. It's been a blast to see our community grow and everybody become friends in there.
I also have something to add. So, obviously, Nino and I have been best friends for a very long time, and he used to always, like, even before he started showing me what caricatures were, and he would always draw me, but obviously he would draw me like extra ugly. Like, he would definitely accentuate my flaws that I don't like about myself. Like, I don't like my ears necessarily. I don't like my nose necessarily. And he would just like draw me like with a witch nose, or like
Hmm.
just like an ugly, like horrible nose. And I remember one time I got so
Say, but
mad
it's
at
you.
yeah, and I was and I got so mad at him, like literally pissed. And I was like, Nino, why do you always make me feel like shit? And he's like, don't like love yourself, like make fun of yourself. It doesn't matter what you look like. And now I look at that and I'm just like, I was so stupid. Like, I love myself the way that I am, and Nino has prepared me for that. So thank you, Nino, for
That's the
A
thinking
mí me
magic
of
of
my
gusta
being a
empoderar
human.
a la gente.
he likes to empower people. That's what he said. Well, you've empowered me throughout the years. Trust me.
Yes, I know.
That's all you, man. That's your mind at work. He's a beautiful mind. He's a great artist.
It's all fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible. If Dudley, if he's back, like you can put him
Yeah,
back on.
sorry
Yeah.
about that. I don't know how my mic dropped, but I mean, basically, the general idea, I mean, for us, with the speaking of the roadmap, is like, you see a lot of the projects, they all say the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's kind of just like a template or a check the box about whether it's like a DAO or staking or something. For us, we don't want to just come out and overhype with these promises beforehand. We're focused on a successful launch, and we're focused on great art, and then after the fact, after Mint is successful and everything goes through, we're going to be exploring every opportunity to grow community value, what we think is best for our mission and best for what we stand for as a team. Um, so that's really where we're standing. We'll be coming out with things down the road after the Mint is out. But I mean, I think one of our main inherent values, if people are looking for value in the project, is Jorge the artist. He is a kind of renowned artist already. He's worked with some big name celebrities. His career is only going upwards, and getting one of the NFTs at this stage in his career is we believe only going to appreciate and value down the road, and kind of keep other market participants interested in what he's done and keep the value of this project growing for years. And we also have big philanthropic plans, giving back to the people of Venezuela, consulting with Jorge about different philanthropy and charitable steps that we're going to be taking quickly after Mint. And I think we can say that we do intend pretty clearly at this point to be expanding the Torrealba and Ugly People merchandising brands and giving some offers and special perks for that at the time. But mostly we're going to be exploring after Mint is done because that's our sole focus right now. We have just a couple weeks left to go, possibly until that's done.
Yeah, a lot of that is also going to be super like community driven. So some may even classify that as a DAO in and of itself, but like the fact that we're building this foundation, we're paving this huge runway, and then we're going to let the community decide how we want to, tackle it exactly for the, best possible outcome. I think that's, so cool, and I don't think many projects give, their communities a big say in the direction the project goes, like as especially like right after Mint, because most people have like the roadmap, but ours is a little more dynamic in the sense that like hey, this brand and this art style is so versatile. We could really do a lot, or literally anything we wanted to here, right? And we want to leave some of those possibilities, if not all of them, up to the community.
Definitely, community is huge here with
Yeah,
us.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys have like a bit of a different way of like getting into the Discord, right? You have like a landing Discord, and then you have one that, and then it.
Right. So at first we were actually a public server, but we thought we wanted to grow, a good bit, so we decided to take the server private. But we timed going private along with our Antonym collab because we knew we would be getting I should say Jorge's Antonym collab. But we knew we would be getting a ton of traffic regardless, right? So we really just wanted to compound that, and we were already talking about going private anyway. Um, there was a multitude of reasons, but long story short, we used that influx of attention online to really jumpstart our community, which honestly I would contribute that to one of the big reasons to how we got to where we are today.
We also, I mean, going private was when we launched the project. We knew from the start that community was a big component of what we wanted
Right.
our project to be about. Right? We want people to love each other and be nice and be kind to each other. And we quickly, within the first month, found the quality of people we were getting in there. They were trying to. I mean, they were trying to grind. It was just a grind of like superficial conversation, not really real. Like it just didn't feel organic. And so when we took the community private, that's when we saw a massive change in the quality of people coming in that were genuinely excited to be there, becoming friends, understanding what we were doing, and I mean the community has never been the same. It's been just a wonderful community since. People so kind to each other, becoming friends in the real world. It's really awesome to see.
It's very cool. It's just such a good story to hear you guys like, on the same page and all that kind of stuff, and just be like working so well together. How did you guys I know that Jorge and I couldn't catch her name, but you guys are like been childhood friends. Like how did the rest of you guys meet? Like how did that relationship form?
Yeah, so Andrea, my name is Andrea,
Okay,
sorry.
gotcha.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah, no, you're okay. So Nino, Jorge, and I, obviously we've been best friends for a very long time. Then Corey, the person that one of the founders that's here with me, he's actually my boyfriend. And he told me about that he had an idea of coming out with an NFT project, and I was like, I have the perfect artist. I was like, Nino truly is the perfect artist for this. He already has a brand, he has a community that loves him, and he's just so talented and thinks outside of the box. So then Corey brought it up to Matt, who's in here but can't talk. And then Matt brought in Dave and Harry, and then that's how we became the team. If anyone wants to add anything, feel free.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, Matt has been on Discord for a long time. As have I. My background is actually like options trading, like on Discord. They're like these trading communities, and Matt and I were pretty big into that. So that was my connection to Matt. And at the time, and they were kind of initially when we were initially kind of building the team, Matt would pick my brain a lot, regarding like how to structure some of the things because he knew I was like into the NFT scene and all that because of the right social media stuff. So I was kind of like an informal advisor for a bit, but then eventually I just kind of came on, and because I expressed a lot of interest in getting fully involved, and here I am.
someone else want to add something? I heard it might come off.
Matt, are you here? Is your mic working? I guess Matt's mic isn't working,
Seems like
but
we have mic trouble.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So I was gonna also ask what made you why did Jorge get into the NFT thing? But it sounds like you guys kind of had an idea that you wanted to start a
Well,
project, and then
actually, so that was a harder
Oh,
pitch.
yeah.
So I
love to hear that story.
yeah. So when I was pulling some stuff together on in the back, right, trying to figure out how to get a team assembled, and I knew I wanted to get into the space. I knew that we needed an artist, and I was looking for a designer, somebody that would be able to, there's a lot of intricacies to building an art project like this. A lot of specific details that you need to know. And so I was looking into artists and designers, and Andrea brought up Jorge, and I was like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna like. Does he have time for us? Like he's he's doing it big out in New York, doing big art exhibits, and she was like, no, let's talk to him. And so we approached Jorge, and Jorge was he he had
He
already
at
been
first turned us down.
he had already been approached 6 other teams saying like, hey Jorge, you need to get into these NFTs and
Talk to me.
Eh,
Talk to
talk
And
to
I
whatever.
say sorry. No, now.
And I gave up, and then I had given up, and then Corey showed like the rest of the team Jorge, and they were like, no, you have to get him, like he's the one.
he's the one. Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I went back and Nino, please, like you have to do it, blah blah blah. And he's like, Andrea, I already have a meeting with someone in Miami. After that, like I'll let you know. And I'm like, okay. And so the team kept insisting. So I literally called this man every day for a week, all day, to the point where I was like,
Every
he's
day.
gonna end his friendship with
every
me.
day.
He's going to literally hate my guts. So I remember one night we were laying in bed, and I texted his girlfriend, and I was like, I need Nino to talk to me. So can I call you so that you can hand me the phone?
Influence.
So I called her, and then she's like, oh, he's like busy cleaning right now. And I'm like, what do you mean he's cleaning? It's 11 at night.
I
Um,
clean every day.
And fine, I was like, okay, tell him to call me back. I don't care if it's like,
Well-
I don't care if it's 1 a.m. I don't care what time it is.
He was cleaning because he was making those shoes, the Ines Cancer shoes.
Yeah. So then he calls me back at like midnight, and he's like, hey, you're so annoying. What do you want? And I'm like, I hand the phone to Corey. I'm like, okay, elevator pitch. Here you go. Tell him what you want from him and what you want to pitch him. So he did, and that got him interested. So then we flew him out to Cincinnati, and finally we were able to give him a full pitch. But it was definitely not easy.
For a week I build pitch decks for
The worst.
for startup companies, right? This is part of what I do for startup companies is I build them their pitch deck, their initial pitch deck, and so I put together a whole pitch deck for Nino's presentation, and we went through and we explained point by point what he was going to be doing, what we were going to be doing, and why it was important. And I think after that, Nino was sold, and he said, "Okay, I get it now. I love it. Let's do it." So this is actually a great.
Sorry,
question.
I think it's for the kombucha, maybe.
Oh,
Oh, I knew the kombucha sold.
Kombucha nailed it.
Dave brought some kombucha.
Well, there's
That
Matt.
no one-
Nobody got it.
And I don't like kombucha.
Nobody likes it.
Nina's vegan. For people who don't know, Nina's vegan, so that's why he brought the kombucha.
And I say, guys, I'm vegan, but I don't like the kombucha. So start bad.
Oh man, that's
Hey,
too
what's
funny.
up, guys? I'm Matt. I finally got my mic working. Just wanted to say hi. I'm the community manager, staff manager. Just to kind of play off the back of that, Ugly Person Traps, Dave, me, and Corey have known each other for probably about 30 years. So one of the strongest points of our team is our loyalty and trust with each other. Like any project, we run into problems, we run into obstacles, but one of the things that allows us to get through those issues and make great decisions and kind of make decisions that's best for the community is that we all trust and have a lot of loyalty to each other too. And I think that's a huge part of what's made us successful.
Also, I want to add to that. We treat this project 100% like a business. And I think every project should do that too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
And
very
organization is important too.
What's
The
that,
team-
Corey?
I said organization is important too.
Oh, very,
So
very, very.
Corey's
how
the,
rigorously I keep.
Corey is the best in organization.
Corey's
I
the
mean,
organization.
I
Nazi.
need one Corey in my life.
Yes.
We all need a Corey in
We
our
all
lives.
need Corey. Yes. This is 100%.
When Nino was here, Nino was like, Corey, you are way too organized for like what? You're too organized.
Yeah.
Working in tech, you gotta be
I
organized.
need to organize my life.
we got checklists for the checklist. Believe me.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Like, it's just like, it's not even about the project, just the way that you guys are kind of all playing off of each other in this AMA. It's like, honestly, we haven't had one like this before, and it's a lot of fun. It's like showing like that like not only you guys work well together, you guys feel like it's like more like a family, and everyone brings a little bit something different to the table, and you guys are all, fully doxed and organized and doing this for the right reasons. It's definitely like a breath of fresh air for sure, considering how some projects are just like trying to make a bunch of money. They just hire different people to just hop on just so that they can get their things sold out. But you guys actually have like a synergy within, the managers and the artists and founders and all that good stuff. It's definitely awesome. I love to hear it because you can just, it just like,
The
shines right
grassroots
through.
movement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's really great to hear other people recognize
Familia.
because
Yep,
definitely
yep,
Yes.
familia.
Familia.
yes, everybody on the team was kind of sought out or approached for a specific reason. I think that's another thing that makes us way different than most teams. We're not
Yeah,
just
we all have our strengths and that we're bringing to the table, and it's like the Discord stuff was not a space I was familiar with. It's not a place you go to find. You can't go to LinkedIn and find somebody who knows how to build Discords to scale like Matt
Mhm.
did. So yeah, we all have our strengths here, and I think it's been a really great project so far. And I don't did we get to talk about like Jorge's like what he does and with his art?
I don't think so.
Right?
That's a perfect segue.
Yeah,
I
I'd love
think.
to hear
Yeah,
that.
I think a good place to kind of shift over is to talking about Nino and his art. Um, when we were working with Nino, putting together our pitch decks and stuff, Nino was actually working on shoes, custom made shoes for NBA basketball player Enes Kanter. Nino, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh yes. Well, Enes is an amazing guy. He working improve all the countries have a problem, and he tried to find an artist because he wanna expose the problem in Venezuela with shoes. So these people called me, and I decided to obviously make the shoes because I'm from Venezuela, and I'm here because I escaped from there for all the problems, political problems. So I also I'm cartoon artist of political cartoons. So yeah, I'm here for with political asylum now, and I start to create these shoes for him, and he used the shoes in the game in LA. So yeah, I meet with him, sorry, and yeah, now he's my friend, and she every time texts me things about art for help is digital art. So yeah, this is one of my jobs now.
One
That-
of many.
That's a really cool story. You did a pair of shoes. Do you have a picture of those shoes that we could?
Yes, it's on
I can
the
definitely. I can get. Yeah, I can
on
get.
my Instagram too.
I'll photo dump a bunch right now.
I want to say something, guys. I love make art. I mean, this is my passion, so I wanna stay working for the rest of my life. I wish making art because it's the only things make me happy. So I love to create. I like to make 3D art. I like to digital art. I like all the the things about the art. So it's my passion. It's my life, and this is one of my new adventure with the NFT world.
I love how he's like a whole foot and a half taller than you.
Yes.
It's awesome. That's cool when you
Big
find a good
shoes.
synergy for like, from someone he's from same place of the, of the world, and you guys like have formed this, relationship that's just like so cool. It's a
Oh,
great story.
amazing.
It's also great to
It's
hear
great
your
to
passion about just like loving just like, doing art and stuff like that. I mean, it's like so funny to say that because like being an artist is like a passion in itself, but sometimes especially in this space you can find people that are just they're like, hey, we're here to just make money, and like you're here to do what you love, and it's like a big difference, and it's like honestly just so like warming to hear you say that, and you can just tell your passion, and I love hearing that because that's the same thing with me. I'm really passionate about this space, and I love like the NFT space, and I want it to last forever, and that's what people always say is they're like, man, you can really hear your passion. So it's like good to hear other people with the same kind of passion for their craft. So appreciate that.
Exactly.
Um, so I don't know. Someone was asking to see if you could elaborate a little more like on like the roadmap and like merchandise and stuff like that. Or I was seeing some questions about that. For the physical art and
So,
NFTs, like are there going to be private auctions or how's that going to work? Because it was mentioned in the roadmap. But just if you could just clarify or elaborate on that, would be great.
do you want to dive into the specifics of how we'll do our mint, or do you want to dive into the specifics of how we handle post mint?
I mean, both of them. I mean, I just want to hear
Okay,
all the information. This is giving you guys a platform to kind of just give, like, elaborate on things. I mean, that's the whole
sure.
thing is that you can like read a roadmap and like all the kind of stuff in the Discord server, but like, hearing you guys explain it gives it like a whole different like meaning. So like, I would love if you guys don't mind to elaborate on both of those things.
Sure. Well, let's start. Yeah, let's start with the mint. So, we had launched this project with a Web 2 developer who had brought on a Web 3 developer to help him, but we quickly found that we needed to scale up the development efforts pretty big. Right. There's a lot of technical expertise involved in this Web 3 space, and so that's when we found ourselves actually aligned with ZeroX Studios. So ZeroX Studios is the studio behind Three Landers. They're as well. They just launched another project with us, as well as a project called Lonely Pops. They've been coming up in the space really quickly, doing just a fantastic job. We were able to track them down and show them what we're doing, and they quickly fell in love with us and Jorge and the work. So that was a huge win for us to get them on board. And with them, we've been able to really cement out some of these final details. It's looking like our mints will be mid this month. We haven't announced the date officially because they've been wanting to kind of time up the market and make sure that they've got everything in place. But yeah, it's looking around maybe Easter weekend, like Easter week kind of time. So um, we will definitely be announcing that date here very soon. As it goes for stuff like pricing, we haven't officially announced that either because again, the studio they look at the market and what's the sentiment at the time and what's the market rate, right? What's the Ethereum going for? So we haven't announced that, but we're you can imagine by looking at any of Xerox Studios' previous projects what our pricing model will look like. It will be in the form of a Dutch auction. Um, you've seen other projects in the past kind of overprice their Dutch auctions. They set their ticker really high so that it starts really high and then it sits on that price for a while and then ticks down slowly. We're obviously doing this much differently, right? We know what the market wants, and so that's why our Dutch auction. It's not going to start off high. It's going to start off much slower than that, and it ticks down quickly. So this makes it a fair opportunity for everybody who wants to get involved, while at the same time making sure that the people that want to buy into the project get to. So um, we think that we've got that all figured out. We're using Xerox Studios proprietary smart contract, which they have had audited. The audit comes back, I believe, on the 13th. What else do we got here? So after Mint, that's when we're going to start enacting our phase 2. So with phase 2, although we haven't like promised any like hard, like this is exactly like we're going to do a DAO or it's all about the metaverse. For us, we're focusing on the brand and Jorge's Torrealba brand first, as well as philanthropy, or I'm sorry, excuse me, philanthropic efforts. Sorry, I'm still working on my morning coffee, but so Nino is a philanthropist, right? He loves to help out the people of Venezuela. One thing in particular, he just sent 300, I think it was 300 toys to the children in the hospitals down in Venezuela. We want to continue that, right? Where we've dedicated, I think it's 5% of our mint and 15% of royalties solely to charity. So everything we're trying to do here, we want to make sure is wrapped up into how does it do good for this world? How does it help people? So we will be a big part of this is definitely focusing on how do we help out the people of Venezuela and how do we help out others locally, right? We're looking, actually, we were just 2 days ago speaking to she's a screencaster who's interested in doing a film about Jorge, which is really cool. She's already started writing a script, but she has this foundation for
People with
autism. Yes, people with autism, and so we're
Bittersweet Farms.
Bittersweet Farms. We're looking at their foundation right now to be able to help out there as well. So we definitely want to make sure that what we're doing is focused on humanity and helping people. So right now, those are the two big ones: is building out Jorge's merchandising brand, his clothing line, which he already makes some incredible clothes in his beautiful, vibrant style. But then, helping out people.
Love to hear that. Love to hear about giving back, and it's just like it's a great little movement you guys got going. And I could honestly see, oftentimes when I see merch on a roadmap, I'm kind of like, okay, cool, yeah, that's pretty stock. But like when you look at the way like Jorge's art is, and I could just imagine like having articles of clothing that would just look absolutely insane. I mean, looking at the shoes, just like kind of just being like, wow, those are so unique, and you could see people like walking down the street being like, oh my goodness, wow, that's like those are the coolest shoes I've ever seen. Like, my God.
Yeah, well,
More
we're
merch
looking at
it is.
we're looking at merch in two kind of buckets, right? There's going to be the ugly people merch, and then Torrealba, right? Jorge's brand is already a trademark that exists on its own, and so we're looking at it in kind of two buckets, right? There will be the NFT specific, ugly people specific merchandising, but then Torrealba as a brand is something we believe we can expand on into a full clothing line, right? Actually, I think if you go to his Instagram right now, you can see some of his merch that he's personally doing right now, and it is beautiful. It's his amazing art style done in these really cool, intricate, vibrant patterns, and we think we can expand this to hats and sweatpants and more shoes and
Already, like, he has these swim trunks that everybody wants. It's like with Nino's face on it as like his caricature on the swim trunks, and everyone's always like, where did you get those? And it's like, Nino's like, I made those. They're mine.
So that's how we're looking at.
Yeah, definitely really cool. Like, it's like I keep on going back onto it, but like the whole fact that like just like the uniqueness of the art, because it's like it's like what I was in my real life friends Discord, and we were just like hanging out, like scrolling through and looking at art, being like, oh, another cute like art project. It's nice, but wow, it looks pretty much the same exactly as the all the other ones. And like like I could just see me like down and like laying on the beach with some like Jorge swim trunks on, and people being like, yo man, you looking lit, bro.
That ugly people beach towel.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you said
Nino actually came out with a beach towel of like his own brand. He's come out with towels,
Guys, I make everything.
yeah,
Everything. Like
masks,
everyone is gonna get swagged out.
cell phone cases. He made me I bought a dress from him when I was pregnant. I wore it.
Yes. I
Um,
look
I'm looking here at
amazing.
your chat, Harry. I saw that you popped like what you made Jorge for Pabst Blue Ribbon.
oh, I love that.
Those I loved that whole outfit combo. That turned out really great. And I see you also added Maluma. Jorge, you didn't paint Maluma's jacket here too, did you?
No, he painted it's the background.
No,
for
and a jacket too,
Cop
but
CD.
like 3 years ago.
But it wasn't
3
that
years
jacket.
ago.
No, it wasn't that one.
Okay, yeah, well, I think we have
A
that photo.
jacket 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, Latin artist Maluma. He made
Related
a
words with him
jacket
with
for
for
it,
the
and he did his birthday party. Like it was.
yes.
His CD album, like Step and Repeat banner to take pictures on. Nino created the background out of all recycled materials because that's one of
Yes.
the that Maluma wanted. He wanted it to be out of recycled materials. So obviously Nino loves to do art with recycled materials.
Yes.
Like
I
trash.
love to create art with trash.
Can you tell them about that, Nino? What you do in New York?
Oh yeah, and this weekend, the next weekend, I have the Art Expo New York. Is April 10 to 7 to 10. No, Andrea, the dates. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, Nino, que le digas sobre qué haces de la basura que
Sometimes I take trash on the street and create another things like the last time I created a table. I post in my Instagram everything, guys, if you want to check out in there. And yes, I like to take things out the trash because in New York it's expensive trash. and I can use it for another thing, for creating more art. So this is super cool. It's one of the things I like it to from New York.
Harry, could you link his socials in the
Yeah, for sure, for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
so people can see there's so much content that Nino puts up already on his Instagram that you can see. You'll get a good feel of who Jorge is and the artwork he's doing and just his person, a flavor of his personality. Like he's just a burst of energy when you meet him. He's got so much personality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One of my favorite videos that Nino does on his Instagrams are the ones where anywhere he is, like the train or a restaurant or a fast food restaurant, anywhere he is, like he was at was it Office Depot, one of those, and he loves to make caricatures of a certain person that he finds interesting and they don't know about it. So Nino will just make the caricature and then give it to that person. And their reaction is one of my absolute favorite things to look forward to. Those videos are always fun.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's
Oh, can you really?
Oh,
not
man.
everybody gets it. Not everybody
Sometimes it's
gets the
ugly.
ugly people.
because
Yeah.
it's because it's cartoon, so it's more difficult like to
Oh, man.
draw a lot of people like
It's also good to
portrait,
be able to
because
like.
the portrait looks exactly to the person, but the cartoon is exaggerated. Sometimes the people don't like it, but every time the people love it because it's for
Most times.
make the other people feel happy. You know, sometimes you find a person like a worry, and
It's
when you
also
give
just
us a gift, oh my god, the people feel so blessed and love it.
Some people have thrown it in the trash, but
Yeah. Whew.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's the real ugly people.
That's the people that are ugly inside, you know. Some people are like that,
Yes,
you know.
it's good to be able to
Unfortunately.
laugh at yourself too. 'Cause
Exactly.
It helps you with be humble and being humility is one of those traits in life that that it'll get you really far.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. I mean, and like I keep on bringing this back up with the whole social media thing, and I have such a big problem with the way like kind of like I always like worry for my friends who are like raising children into this like social media era, you know, where everything is like
Yeah.
so looked at. It's like you can't do anything without, you know, a picture being taken or a video or someone posting someone or anything like that. Like, you know, I went to school. When I went to school, I was way beyond like when social media came out, and even when like when people had cell phones like in school. So like, you know, like I kind of was at the very end of that. But I'm like, you know, like this whole thing with like people just like caring so much about like, you know, the looks and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like you know, it's just it's a breath of fresh air, like to like, you know, to hear you guys like say like, you know, try to like, you know, laugh at yourself, because like we're getting really way too sensitive and everything's out
Hmm.
there. And like the way that you can like continue and to like grow your happiness is to like, you know, when people say something or do something towards you, you can just like laugh at it, and you're just like, you know, like that's, you know, that's the person being ugly inside or something like that. And you know, giving you a piece of artwork and looking at it and not like looking at it in a literal sense, and just like, you know, loving it and appreciating it. And I think it's such an important thing. And like what you guys are promoting, it's just like so good, you know. At first I was like, ugly people, that just sounds like people are gonna have a problem with that. But now it's like I hear you guys talking, and it's like I love the name, I love the
And it's
project, like,
like
you know, the story
just by
behind
like
it is great.
just by like even having like the NFT like in your wallet just could be that constant reminder of just like the hey, everyone's equal, you know, that reminder of like, hey, don't be too, you know, narcissistic. Who cares what people think of you? You know, put yourself out on the internet. Don't
I
look
think like
superficial.
I've learned so much about Nino. Like just even when he first started doing this whole social media, he truly is one of those people that what you see is what you get on social media, and I absolutely love that about him. I think we should
Hmm.
be more like that. I'm an influencer, and Harry, I'm sure you can also
Hmm.
because you're also an influencer. But for me, it's hard sometimes to post something because I'm like, oh, one, I don't look that good in it compared to other people on social media. I mean, social media is really a highlight reel, and you really don't know if that's actually what the person looks like or if that's actually how they are in real life. And I feel like for me, I compare myself a lot, and I've learned so much from you in terms of like being who you are on social media and not
Genuine.
caring about what other people think. And Nino he literally is that person. He will post something and like he's what you see is what you get. This is me, no filters, no, not anything. This is I
Exactly.
post what I want. I
Es
look
que
the
no
way that I
tengo,
want. Yeah.
Andrea, es que no tengo tiempo para estar inventando algo. I don't have time for create like
A
a
person that's
something.
not you. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
I
Exactly.
mean, it's my life. I can
And I
change.
love that. And I feel like a lot
Yes,
of times I will when I'm about to post something and I'm like, I don't know if this will get that many likes, or I don't know if I look good in this. I honestly, Nino, I think of you half the time because I'm like, what would Nino do in this situation? He would just post the shit and not care. And
You're
I
probably right too.
I love it. I love the message we're putting out there, and yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I love it. I resonate very well with this whole thing. It's like in the, you know, with the this computer age that we're deep into with social media, people can put a profile picture that doesn't look anything like them. They can write a bio that's not at all what they are. They can talk and act certain ways and put up a facade and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, you know, it's nice to hear people that are just like, hey, what you see is what you get. And that's exactly like how I like predicate my existence on that. It's just like I don't really have time for all this other like bullshit, you know, with like trying to act a certain way and
exactly.
doing this stuff. Like, hey, take me for who I am. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, then like move along, and you know, I'm not gonna bother you. But like this is who I am, and I'm unique and I'm different, and like it's honestly great because we have a problem, you know, in the NFT space. I'm sure you guys know is like founders, you know, acting a certain way and doing all this stuff just to like, you know, find a quick way to make a buck. And then, you know, what we actually see is like not actually what we get. Like we get something completely different, and these
Yeah.
guys are actually people that don't give a shit about us, and they just are greedy and want to make money instead. We need more love and more passion and more like good vibes. And like as lame as that might sound, it's like it's true. We need more of this. I mean, we need more of you guys. We need more of Jorge's and all that good stuff, because it's like honestly like so, it's just I'm sure everyone completely agrees with me that's out in the crowd right now. It's just like I'm having a blast hearing you guys rip off each other. Like one person stops and another person hops in and like has something to say, and You know, like Jorge's over here apologizing for his accent when everyone loves his accent. It sounds amazing. It makes us love you even more. And
Well, that's exactly why.
You
I mean,
see,
when you ask,
So true.
sometimes tell me your English is special. And I say, it's special, but nobody understand me.
oh, it's
It's
beautiful.
abstract, like my art.
Yeah.
well, but that when you asked us the utility question, this is one that we get a lot, and we always try to, answer it with this sentiment of like, hey, you've heard a lot of promises in these spaces from lots of projects and their founders who they're just promising you stuff. I mean, what was that project? Frosties. They just got in a whole bunch of trouble for making all these false promises, right?
Mhm.
That's why we're not going to make you any false promises. And we know it's different that we're coming into the space not telling you like, oh, we're building this huge metaverse and it's going to be, there's tokens and it's going to stake, and we're not telling you that because we don't know we don't know fully where this company goes in the next phases because we're human beings. We're going to build this company time over time,
Exactly.
Right.
and do what
Maybe
aligns
it's
with our
better.
audience,
Maybe it's
right?
huge. Maybe it's amazing. So
Like,
the
I know,
expectative.
yeah.
And one other thing though I want to add real quick is like just because we're not doing that right now doesn't mean that we won't be able to down the road.
Right.
If anything, we're just creating the foundation to create something even greater, down the road once we have that foundation. Because if we try to bite off more than we can chew right now and try and shoot for the moon, right, and do something, really difficult, especially when it's, a good amount of, the team and Jorge's, really first real experience in Web3 altogether, it's much easier to under promise and over deliver. And I think that's ultimately better for the community too than promising all these extravagant, things and setting the bar super high right off the bat to, and that stresses us out because now we have to deliver because we've promised things. But instead, we're opening it up to like, the community. We're going to see, where it goes after
Right
that.
now, yeah. Right now, our biggest utility is definitely Jorge, betting on Jorge. Right, like he's been approached by producers at Netflix for to do documentaries. He's already has a documentary out right now. How do you say the name?
Hay que intentarlo.
Yeah, so
You have to go for it.
you have to go for it.
I love the
right?
name in English.
Yeah, I do too.
But he's got art exhibits coming out every few months, and so right now if you're interested in our project, and Harry, if you can, I'd love for you to drop some of the customs in from our
Oh, I've
collection.
been, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so right now it's definitely a bet on the artist, a bet on him as a brand, and just charity. If you want to help people out and you want to make sure that the utility of what we're doing is to help humanity and help the people of Venezuela. That's at this time what we're focused on.
Yeah,
First
and
and
another
foremost,
thing is
right now
is
is
about my family, Corey.
of course your
Tell
family.
people
We
about
want to
the
help your
family.
Yeah, we want to help your family. So Nino hasn't seen his family in 5 years. When he moved here,
Almost 6.
almost 6 years. Okay, almost 6 years. He hasn't got to see his family. His
mom, his sisters.
Yeah, his moms, his sisters. He's been he's been here in America with political asylum, and for he makes political cartoons, so it's not safe for him to go down to Venezuela. So we definitely want to be able to focus after Mint on being able to, if possible. I know this is, there's certain obstacles here that we can't promise, but we want to try to get them here. We want to get them that political asylum too, so that they can get out of Venezuela, get here in America, so Nino can look after them and make sure that they're taken care of. To kind of actually go back a little bit, I know we've been talking about ourselves a lot here, but to talk about the collection, Nino's created 100 custom one of ones for this collection, which is an absurd amount. We know it's Nino's a very talented artist, and so he's created over 100 individual one of ones for our collection that are just freaking beautiful.
There's an insane sneak peek in the voice chat.
Oh yeah, so if you go to the voice chat, you
Or
can see.
Yeah.
So here are some of the one of ones for the collection.
Wow.
That last one actually isn't a 1-1. That's not even I think that's just that's a layer, is it not, Corey? Because I just looked at the file you
Oh,
sent me there.
that's one of the ultra rares.
It-
Harry.
Oh, is that the full? Yeah, okay. I mean, it looks rare.
yeah, so that's
God.
that. Okay, that one wasn't supposed to be shown.
Yeah, no, that's literally one of the
Alpha.
ultra rares.
Um,
Oh,
but
shit,
yes.
yeah.
So yeah, if you can, that'd be great.
You're welcome.
We've got sorry, you
That's
Oh,
a
you
sneak
guys got a
peek.
sneak peek.
That's
you
a
guys
sneak
sneak
peek.
peek of one of the ultra rares. Oh god.
It actually works out perfectly. You guys just did that because like I'm like notorious for leaking Gajira information here, so like might as well be on my
We
AMA.
are
Harry
the same.
is our
Dude,
Tom
zero,
Holland
bro,
of the
bro,
group.
bro. But like, this is the thought process, though. Like,
Matt, I love that comparison to
this
Tom
is the thought
Holland.
process, though, because you want to plant seeds in people because they will communicate via word of mouth because they think they have asymmetric information compared to everyone else. So they're gonna
They do
that's
now.
how yeah. And now
The new Tom Holland for sure, Matt.
Yes, I know.
Oh my gosh. But yes, no, we've got a lot of customs for the
It's
collection.
coming out in 2 weeks anyways. you
Yeah,
know?
we've
You're gonna see it.
9,900 of the collection is programmatically built. We finished up actually the art project officially on Saturday. On Saturday, we had. I mean, the project was pretty well put together, but the studio came back with some notes. The studio has just been awesome advisors throughout this entire process because they care a lot. Like we aligned with a studio that cares a lot about artists and the art, and making sure that what we do is an incredible, build. And so so they came back with some notes and we made some improvements, and so we're really excited. I was showing the team, we got all the layers named, I was showing them and they're like, wow, this is night and day. Like it's gotten even better. So we've done a really good job with it technically, making sure that all the layers align really well, all the art comes together into a rarity scale that makes sense. And overall, it's just gonna, I think, be a really beautiful project to hold on to.
like, I literally just can't wait to go on OpenSea and just scroll through all the different ones and just
Yeah.
look at them all.
It's gonna be interesting. How many traits do you guys have? Like, because it's
Can
10,000
we
collection,
release
right?
that? Can we release
Yeah,
that
so-
or no?
Yeah, I can give you some trait specifics here. I can give you more detailed if I pull up the doc here.
I
But
think the total trait count right now, can I say it, Corey?
yeah, go ahead.
I think it stands at around 360.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
360.
yeah, okay. I've got it pulled up. We've got 23 backgrounds, 78 layers that are DNA, 36 which are the body, which is like
Why
your
don't,
shit.
why don't we just do the math? Corey?
Well, I mean, if you want the
leave
specific,
it up to the imagination a little bit. I think without outside of the species, we've got 290-ish traits, and then with the species traits in there too, the variants, we're sitting at right around 360. But every single trait category has a minimum of like 30 or 40 traits. So there's just
It's gonna be
Some of that could still be
insane.
pared back from the studio too, but that's what
Right.
we've delivered.
Right. That's
That
where
seems
we're
about
at.
what we've been on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, you guys have 10,000. How much do you? So you said you're gonna do like a somewhat of a variation of like a Dutch auction for like the public, and then the rest is gonna be whitelist
So,
mint.
so we've got
Yeah.
3,000 whitelist spots, and every whitelister is going to be able to mint 2. And then the remaining supply will be a Dutch auction public sale. And one of the things that we're doing with the Dutch auction, it's going to tick down to our whitelist spot price. So the community dictates that pricing, then they dictate that pricing. But we wanted to make sure that our whitelisters get their hands on the art first, and then after that, it's kind of a people can kind of use the Dutch auction, to get their hands on some more pieces of art, or even some more if they didn't get on the whitelist. But the community's gonna be able to dictate that price on, because it's going to be ticking down towards the original whitelist price as well.
Right.
Hey, sorry, I just wanted to jump in. I'm looking at the voice chat here. There's a question. It says, is the team considering to take a percentage from the secondary sales to be donated to a cause, like a constant stream? That answer is yes. We're taking 15% of our secondary sales kind of in perpetuity and doing that towards our charitable donations. So we are going to be doing that.
The idea being that we really want to explore NFT market as a philanthropic vehicle for investment and charitable donations, foundations as well. Which I was honestly, we were pretty surprised to learn that not really any other projects had committed royalties in any sense towards charity, because it seems like a pretty a pretty no brainer type of way to get a large community involved in some good causes.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, I know Nino's gonna have to hop off here. I know he said he could only do an hour, but I just kind of wanted to mention that Nino also just sold his first solo
Yeah.
digital art NFT
Oh,
on
yeah.
Foundation for 1.22 ETH.
Yeah. So Nino's breakout first NFT. We aligned with Foundation Platform, the marketplace, and we're happy to say that he did really well on his first NFT sale.
My
And
first time.
yeah, your first one, and it's beautiful. Yeah. And
Can we
Nino's
link
gonna
that one in the
continue.
chat, Harry?
What's that?
Can we link the foundation?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Right as you're
Yeah.
saying that.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh
great.
shoot, I can't post links.
There,
You're
just
zero.
keep.
Cool. I'm
Yeah.
DMing you again. Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
And I'm working in more.
Yeah, he
Because
already
I'm not
has.
stopping. I'm not stopping to I like to create. I mean, I have just in front of me now 4 canvas because I wanna make new art for this weekend for the Art Expo New York.
That's
So
very.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
and
awesome.
really I have planned to make something about the ugly project and in one canvas. So maybe this weekend have a new piece.
Yes, if
Wow.
you're in New York, go visit him
Mhm.
in the Art Expo New York. It's this weekend from the 7th to the 10th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. His booth
Area
number is
36.
S613. Nino, am I a good
Yes.
manager or what?
Yes.
I know all this info more than you.
That's awesome. I love it.
Also on Twitter, if you want to look, it's on our Twitter.
That's amazing. That piece looks crazy. It's like so
We-
unique.
and we're working on
Thank you.
we're not going to announce it yet, but we're working on getting him on another marketplace platform, and we've got him submitted, and hopefully we're going to keep our fingers crossed, and you might see him on a new platform here soon for selling his digital one of ones. So we're excited though that this has gone well, and with Foundation. It shows some value to Jorge as an artist, that on his first piece he can step into the scene and people intrinsically see that he's a great artist. So we're pretty excited that this has gone so well.
And he's already has some that he's gonna put up that are extremely cool. Like Corey and I saw them when we were like,
Oh my
holy
gosh.
crap, this is so good. We're excited. We're excited for his future, and I'm just so excited that Nina, you're in the space because
My
my
my girlfriend told me, "What happened in your mind when you see the art?" And I say, "Now is your problem now."
It's your problem now.
That's too funny. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have to get going, I mean, we're coming up on an hour here. If you guys want to do any closing comments, I feel like we've gotten pretty much all the questions. You guys still, I mean, it's always an ongoing question. I hate to have to ask, but there's still whitelist spots, right? And probably not too late yet to maybe still get one, because I think people are FOMOing a bit. Oftentimes I always say that AMAs are so important to really give a whole new layer of love to the project, and when you guys come in here, your passion is just pouring out, and we just love the synergy, and people are definitely curious if it's still possible to get some whitelist spots, because I think we Gajira ran a bunch of spots already, but
Yeah, if you guys want to hop in, honestly, we are probably a way different community than you guys are used to seeing. I'm in there every day. Harry's in there every day. Corey's in there every day. Andrea's in all. You will see a founder or Nino or I mean our mods, our community managers. everyone is super active every day. And if you hopped in there today, started hanging out, I mean, you could definitely make whitelist.
Like I'm always in VC,
Right.
like always.
That's awesome.
We're always around. We take a very personal approach to whitelisting people. We have a whitelist application process that you earn. We look at each application individually, personally, and we go over everybody's kind of interactions, and we make tons of different ways for you to be able to get white.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Fan
Does
art.
Alex just put up some meeting notes in the chat? This is
Yep.
so
Yeah,
cool.
that looks
That's
reading those down.
clean. Thank you,
Mhm.
Alex.
He's our
Yeah,
TLDR guy here. Anytime he comes to these, he always does that. So we like
I
to
love that.
we like to post to YouTube. I'm gonna like upload this to YouTube, so if people don't have time to listen to it, then they have like Alex's little cliff notes, as they call them, or a TLDR version, so
Alex,
people can.
you'd be perfect for our community. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
We
Yeah.
love this type of communication, and I love this type of organization. I mean, this just spoke to me very well.
Yes, me too. I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Alex, it might be a good idea for you to spend a little time in that server. You might get a whitelist.
Would we be able to? Hey, guys,
It's not
would
even
we be
a
able to
grind,
provide an
dude.
invite link?
It's a
for
fun
the-
time. I
Yeah.
actually, yeah, I already way ahead of you.
Okay, great. Yeah, we should give you guys an invite link. Let you guys get in here. It looks like you guys have an awesome community too. We do have whitelists available, and if you're in here and you have a personality, you're talking, you're contributing, we're gonna notice you because all of us founders, we're there's not a time that you're not gonna run into us. We're in the chats constantly.
Nino and I have hung out in there at like 2
Yeah.
in the morning doing video chats with the Spanish.
With the
I
Spanish
love video
community,
chat.
yeah. we have a community all around the world, right?
We
have
did
a huge
karaoke.
we have a huge Spanish audience that'll do karaoke events.
75 people doing karaoke, guys.
Oh,
Imagine
man. It's a party in there.
all over
Just
the
for-
I
just
sing
from-
too.
We get DJs. We have DJs come in once in a while.
Andrea, don't forget to tell them about the bingo that we had 130 people in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god! Yeah.
The karaoke is my favorite because we get people like English songs, Chinese songs, Spanish songs, like different, like people singing in different languages where they come from, and I absolutely love that.
There are people from everywhere too. Like, I
Very,
was on
very
a
talented people in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the biggest parts of our community are the events. We're quickly making for ourselves as one of the better places to spend time, do events with in this space. We run 2 events daily, one in the morning for our Eastern Standard Time, one at night. We want to try and cover all of our ugly people all over the world. But even those are just 2 events that we have on the schedule daily. Every day we run 2. On top of that, we do pop-up events all the time. I'm in there streaming movies, animes, sometimes just playing horror games, things like that. We're
Dying.
always active and engaged, and a big part of what's going to carry us after Mint too is we're going to continue to run this community and be an event-driven community, be a ugly people-driven community where people still enjoy spending time and hanging out, because that's kind of the cornerstone of what helped us get here in the first place.
And there's gonna be opportunities to like get your hands like on like NFTs, which grant access to the community. Like that's the ultimate reward. Like we don't like a lot of these communities, like they get hyped up, and then they have nothing sustaining that hype after they launch. That's where everyone almost goes wrong in this space, pretty much.
Yep.
Put that post launch phase and post reveal, right? Now they have to actually start delivering on what they promised in the roadmap. And for us, that's going to be as simple as opening up to the community and be like, hey guys, given where we are, given how it's been so far, let's be dynamic and adapt to this current market, and let's really build something special here. And I really think we'll see a lot more projects taking that approach going forward, especially with this legal precedent that Frosties have set.
Yeah.
I can see here in the chat that there was a question about charity specifically. It looks like maybe some more information needed for that. Okay, so just to speak on the charity component, a big part of this obviously is Venezuela. Nino and Andrea are from Venezuela. We're very blessed to have them here in the U.S. but there's a lot of there's a lot of problems going on down there right now. And so a big part of the charity's focus will be on helping out the people of Venezuela in ways we can find, creative ways that we can find to get the money there. There's obviously logistical challenges to this. Venezuela, just sending money to Venezuela is it's dangerous, right? It's dangerous to anybody you send it to. So we're exploring our creative ways to do this so that safety is top of line. For example, the way Jorge sent gifts to the kids in the hospitals, right? Like that's a creative way you can send money down there without anybody being in danger of having that money, right? If you just put money in someone's hands down there, it runs a risk of them getting hurt for that money. We don't want that. So that would be an example of how we're going to help out with charity as well. I know Jorge's got a children's school down there that he's interested in helping out after Mint, where they've got a hole in the ceiling, and the kids can no longer attend school, and so they're all having to go to school on WhatsApp, the messaging app. So the homework is all posted on WhatsApp, and these poor kids they want to get off this app. They want to go to school. They want to right. But it's so unhealthy and dangerous in that room where there's a giant hole in the ceiling because it rains a lot.
And trust me, guys, this is a lot. It's so many problems in there, different problems for specific people in different towns. So the thing is find the people like ¿cómo se dice fundaciones, Andrea? Foundation, ¿no?
Different charities, different foundations.
Exactly. To any special for different case. No, I think now in Venezuela you can help the people, but need to find people in there like with a specific case about old people, about the kids, about different problems in there. Oh my God, so many problems. I think it's gonna spend all the year try to help the people in there because it's a lot of work. It's more work like to create the art. Totally.
Yeah, in Venezuela, there's obviously different things happening. I know Nino obviously wants kids to be more involved in art, so obviously helping with maybe art supplies. I know he's thought about maybe opening like a little art school would be great for kids. Also, medicine is really hard to find there, like things that hospitals need for medicine, just like simple things like needles or things that like bandages, like things that you should be able to find at a hospital. They're nowhere to be found, and if you can find them, they're extremely expensive. So just there's so many ways that we can help without having to actually send the physical money that we can do to help.
Yeah, and now for myself, I have 4 years making a party in November for the people give me toys. Obviously, new toys is like for me, but it's for the people in there. And yeah, every year is better, and I can receive more toys. And yeah, the people in Venezuela is past now for difficult moments. So for the political problems, for the governments in there, and yeah, I want to help my family and my country, no, obviously, and especially my town because it's so far to the city. I mean, it's a big city. It's just a little town in the middle of the country with a lot of problems.
Oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought. There's obviously a lot of good we want to do in this world and helping people out. And I know, Jorge, you've talked about all kinds of interesting ideas, such as like building an art school, and you throw these events down in, is it Miami, I believe? Like
it's for his birthday. He does
for his birthday. Yeah. Every year for his birthday, he does a fundraiser for children. I mean, it's just it warms your heart to know.
It's a birthday party, but the requirement is that you have to bring a gift for a kid so that he's able to
bring us toys.
Yeah, and if you can imagine, we want to expand on that, right? What he's doing personally on it, like on his own, we want to take that to scale. So if you can imagine, Postmint, throw, we're definitely going to want to throw some parties for our community, right? Get some people together in the real life. And I think it would be really cool to like
Yeah.
have a party.
Why not throw a party
right.
and then help people as we're doing it?
Exactly. Why not help people while we're doing it? And so I can definitely see some postment parties where we can get the community together and again help people, right? And raise get gifts for children and like that. That's the kind of stuff we care about.
That's awesome. That's so great to hear that. I can't tell you how much I'm sure me and everyone in Gajira that's listening to this right now and just appreciate everything you guys are saying. Very becoming more and more bullish, and people are FOMOing more and more about this project. Just like I said, hearing you guys talk about it, hearing your passion, your love, and all of that, and we just look forward to you guys minting out and seeing the future for Ugly People. And we're running a bit over an hour, and I'm sure Jorge has to go, and we'll try to like wrap it on up here. But if there's any last minute questions while I'm kind of doing a little wrap here, we
I
can
just
get
saw a
those.
question from Jime about how he could see how this movement could expand to other countries like Myanmar. Um, after
It
launch,
already has.
yeah, after launch, I mean, we are Venezuela focused. Obviously that's Jorge's home country. We want to help there, but Ugly People is a worldwide movement. We're going to expand to help others everywhere. And I think I like that you touched on, can we expand and build the nucleus of these communities after launch? Absolutely. I know I'm going to be doing some traveling. Possibly the other founders as well. I have a little bit less tying me down than some of the other founders, but we have every intention of building these communities out and helping kind of spread the ugly message worldwide.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really great.
Well said.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I got nothing. I was just saying well said.
um, yeah,
Is there any specific to like to the project, to the technical things we're doing, to the details? I know we've talked a lot about our mission, but does anybody have any questions about you know uh, our mint or I don't know, anything specific?
We can open it up to people if we want for a bit.
yeah,
Like take a couple questions before we leave.
yeah, for sure. One thing I was curious is like, what's the breakdown about like for your mint? I know that you guys are doing a 10K um project. Is there a reason why you wanted to do like 10K versus like do something smaller and then build off of like a foundation of like maybe more of like a genesis, a smaller collection?
To be honest, I think that the art is so unique and there's really nothing like it on the marketplace right now that I really just feel like more and like a higher supply is going to be like better because it's just more artwork for everyone to look at. It's more variety. People can find the one that speaks to them the most,
We
right?
also included a lot of customs in there as well, right?
Yeah.
So really the supply is if you kind of think about it, 9,900 and 100 of those are completely unique customs. Nino has such an ability to create so much that it just made sense for us that we were like we have so much to work with here. We have so many resources because Nino's incredibly talented at what he's doing, right? So we have individual species of our Ugly People, and so it was really easy for us to build a collection that was a little bit larger than I know the trend has been moving towards doing these some smaller collections, but we feel fairly confident that our 10,000 or our 9,900 collection with 100 customs is well aligned with our community.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's like when I look at all the different sneak peeks and all that kind of stuff, it's like I'm kind of like seeing how unique every single thing is. I know some projects like have big collections, and then you get this occurrence where like two people have an NFT that looks very similar, and that's like that should never happen. It's like so frustrating. And like when I look at the uniqueness of you guys' art, it just like yeah, It's gonna be amazing. Um, but yeah, I mean, as far as like technical side, I mean, it kind of like it's like a testament to your project. Like, when people ask a bunch of technical questions, like, and we're asking more about your passion and the goals and like kind of like what you guys are like, like the origin and the stories behind it, and hearing about you guys is kind of like showing like the way that the space has kind of changed a bit. It's like we really want to get to know the team behind it versus like know all this technical stuff. And like when we can see that you guys are so passionate, and then when you guys mint out, like we know that you guys are going to be around because you guys like love this and you care so much. And like the merch and everything, like a potential second collection whenever you guys decide to do that. I think everything's going to be super cool. It's such an honor to have you guys here. And like from speaking on behalf of everyone in the Gajira family, is like we thank you so much for taking time out of your guys' busy schedule to have like the whole team up here as well. Sometimes people have their AMA guy and they send one person, and when we get the whole package, it kind of shows like how much you guys really care and like want people to get to know who you guys are, because it's not as unique as Jorge is. I mean, the fact of the matter is you guys are a package deal and you guys are a family, and like you're missing one one link to one piece of the puzzle. And like when you guys are all here, you guys are a complete like beautiful picture, and the puzzle's complete. And I really appreciate it. And like again, thank you guys so much. I know how busy everyone's schedule is. I know you guys do AMAs and all that good stuff, and I thank you guys so much for coming out here and being a part of this. And I personally enjoyed it so much. I laughed, like we like had a great time, like learned a lot, and it's just been such a great AMA. And so thank you guys so much.
Thank you
Well,
so much. I have
Thank
to
you so
say,
much.
yeah,
you
thank you for
have been
having us.
such
It's
a
a
great
pleasure.
host.
We've
Seriously,
yeah.
you have been such a great host. I do hosting also on the side for a living, and I'm just like, you're so cool. Like, thank you for making this fun and asking questions and just being like energetic. That really does make a difference.
Oh, we've done some AMAs with hosts that just they didn't have
They're
much
so
passion.
dry.
The way they're so dry, and you're just like, oh my gosh,
It
like
makes you want to go to sleep.
this
I
isn't fun at
know.
all, right? And you've kept it fun, and we've got a lot of respect for your project. We've
Thank you so
we
much.
made I think what 2 customs or 1 or 2
Yes.
customs for your.
I think we're
for
doing one, but like the one that we posted
Okay.
on Twitter, that's the one I think is going in the
Okay, yeah,
honorary collection, which we'll
we
auction off for charity.
we've
Well,
had a
thank
lot
you,
of love for this community.
thank you
and
so
hope
much, guys,
can-
for invite us and present to the community. This
It's
is really cool, and yeah, I'm super excited, guys, for this project, for all the family here. So yeah, I'm waiting. Everybody come to the ugly people space.
yes,
Let's go. Let's
absolutely.
go.
Dude, yeah, absolutely, man. Like I'm so excited. Like, it's like I was sitting, at this time like a couple weeks ago. I was like, man, this Ugly People project, this art's really unique. I was talking to a friend. I was like, my like line I say for like projects that are gonna do really well. It's like this project's gonna cook. This is gonna be a cooker, is what I always say. It's like something that like people like it's become synonymous with me. And I was like, this is gonna cook. And this is like before I even talked to you guys. Like I hadn't even heard your guys' voice, your vibe, like your drive, your passion, and all that. And now that I'm
You
hearing
ask
it,
that English?
yeah, and like now it's like well, like it's like a whole new layer of just like love for the project and appreciate it. So like yeah,
There's been some excitement. I mean, we took this Discord private at around 10,000 members, and although we still hand out some links, people manage to get in, and they're just so excited to be here, and they've loved the art. When they get in there, you get to see all the sneak peeks. Like it's been we've been so blessed to have such a great community. Anyway, we're happy
And
that
the fan art is
guys
amazing.
oh, I
and
bet.
tell you all about what we're trying to do. We've loved this chat. I've been watching the comments come in. It's been exciting to see how excited you guys are. We've got that invite link. Come join us. We'd love to have you. It's a great community to be in.
Absolutely.
You're gonna love your time there.
Yeah, for all the people out there, if you guys get the link and go into the server, make sure you guys spread good vibes and just kind of, represent the Jira family properly, because that's always been, we're made up of a community that like we have such a big heart, and that's like what's driven us is the community aspect, and then just like the fact that like we care about this space. And it's not just about it's not just about Project Gajira. It's more about us, the whole entire like space as a whole. and we need to like go and like just like be vibing in other like good projects and good communities and support teams that care and they give a shit and like they want to like this space to succeed, and they put their project and their community before making ETH. And that's right there is like the easiest thing to achieve, but also such a difficult thing for projects to achieve, and it's like such a frustrating thing. But also when I hear you guys come here, it gives me hope. It gives me hope. There's good projects, there's good people out there, and like when we
Yes.
support these projects and stuff like that, we're gonna make the space last longer and longer. And like
Right.
once again, thank you guys. And I have to say this: the pleasure is all ours. Like we're not. I'm not gonna fight with you guys
Come up,
about this. The
man.
pleasure is all ours. And so, like we've had such a great time. We've had
All right,
a
we won't-
blast.
Thank you, Zero Cool.
We
Follow
won't
me on
fight you on this
Instagram.
one.
Thank you, Zero Cool.
Thank you
And
all.
also,
Bye.
Yeah,
people
it's
first.
really
Also,
projects like this though that it's gonna attract new people to the space, and that is what is gonna, you know, really help us in the long run. So like, you know, these derivatives, you know, projects that are popping up here and there, you know, with all this hype, you know, they might be a good flip for like, you know, a day or two, but
Yeah.
like, you know, with all these scams going around as well and these rugs, people are gonna get discouraged
Mm-hmm.
like when they hear about it, and it's gonna affect the amount of new people entering the space. So I definitely agree with you, Zero Cool. We need, you know,
Yeah.
more projects with, you know, transparent founders doing these AMAs so people can really, you know, take advantage of what the space really has to offer.
Exactly, because it's such a beautiful thing, and we have so much great stuff going for us, and there's so much longevity with this space, and I just look forward to seeing where it's going to be, and where our project's going to be in a year, and where you guys are going to be in a year, and hopefully, like we're still gonna be like not just a whitelist collab or just an AMA place
Of
for you guys to
course.
like still be talking even after mint and trying to do really cool things together. So yeah,
Right. And we're actually dropping like an honorary collection like a little shortly after mint. That's one of the things
whoa,
we're really, that's one of the things I have been pushing a lot. And I will most likely be able to get that out shortly after mint. And that literally is just to symbolize exactly what you said.
yeah.
Zero Cool. It, like literally just making these relationships last forever on the blockchain with these gorgeous one of ones that Jorge has created for all of these various NFT communities.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so yeah, like, you know, this is a long-term project. Like Jorge said, he wants to do this for the rest of his life. So do we.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I can already tell you guys are having such a blast. Like, why would you want to stop something where you are loving
Right.
it and having such a great time doing it? It doesn't make sense. It just makes sense for you guys to keep on pushing on and keep on pushing the envelope and just keep on, getting deeper and deeper and like spreading the love and the passion. So, I thank you guys so much. I'm like terrible at goodbyes, so like I'm gonna be saying goodbye to you guys for like 30, 45 minutes here, but I'm gonna try to wrap it up just so that people don't like it's not too long for everyone. I'm gonna put this video onto YouTube. I'll send you guys a link in our group DM, and you guys can post that in your server. And then if you want to get the Valex's his TLDR, I'm gonna put that into my my post, and so everyone has all the information. And so once again, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening, rest of your morning,
Awesome.
whatever. And if you guys ever need anything, just hit me up. Zero Cool. Just DM me. I got you guys. All right.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Well, we
Alex.
appreciate
Alex,
that.
feel free to join our
And I
community.
know we weren't
love this
able
stuff.
to. I know we weren't able to open up questions to the audience, but if you guys want to join the Ugly People server, I'll be in voice chat
Yeah,
later
you
today,
guys,
and you guys can just ask me directly. It's super
right.
chill. Like people
We're
just
there all
hop
the
in,
time.
and
Hang
yeah,
out,
it's
chat.
good vibes.
Love
Yeah,
that.
Good
come
vibes.
hang.
Amazing.
We play code names, we do whatever the community wants to do. We love interacting with you guys and getting to know you guys. So come hang out anytime.
And that is what's up. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. All right.
All right,
Thank
sounds
you.
good, guys. Thanks for
Thanks.
having us.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Much
See you,
love.
Godzilla.
See ya.
See you guys.